this week. Daniel Berrigan was not able to make it, and Dean Hammer couldn't make it. And of course, Philip and Elmer have passed away, but I think that they're certainly with us as much as the others. That's okay. And we've asked those who are present with us if they'd like to share a few words, but even if they decide not to, I still would like to ask Molly and John Schuchart, Carl Kabat, and Anne Montgomery. I didn't see Anne. If you could please come and join us on stage. You know, Felice mentioned that by a truly serendipitous coincidence, the first issue of the Nuclear Resistor featured just one action because our network of information was not so well established, and we had the notion that this was a good thing to do to try to chronicle these actions and support the people who might end up in jail, because we knew that in any movement for significant social change in the United States, people have ended up in jail. That is our history. That is how justice is forged. And I know that the Plowshares Eight had no intention of starting a movement in the name following, but indeed that's what's happened, because they set a new paradigm for how we relate to the forces that would destroy us, that we ourselves have created. And I don't know if I need to describe the action. Maybe one of you will, or maybe not. But briefly, they walked into a General Electric factory in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, and persuaded the guard at the desk that they were there for a good purpose, and went on in and found the object of their disaffection and proceeded to render it useless. And for that, we're grateful. And I'd like to ask each of you if you'd like to take the mic, and if not, that's okay, but we do honor you.
Yes. Yeah, Carl.
I kind of like the way this whole thing started. Some jokes. See, we're sometimes too serious. Sure, this is serious business, huh? But by gollies, if we can't celebrate and rejoice, you know, something's wrong somewhere. Anyway, so that I like the fact that we had a couple jokes and whatever, and you know, one time in 1994, Good Friday was on April 1st, huh? I don't know whether you ever remember that or not, but April 1st is, I don't know what it's kind of a something day, huh? But Sam Day, April Fool's Day, he had a clown suit. I said, well, hey, Sam, can I borrow that? He said, yeah. So that's I've been a fool since then. I was before that, too, also. No, I think it's very important that we rejoice. Huh? And, Franz Jägerstätter is one of my heroes. Huh? Maybe some of you know a little bit about me. The fact is, I am a priest, have been for 50+ years, 51 years. And Franz Jägerstätter, he said, well, I just can't quite go along with this Nazi business. Of course, his little priest says, Franz, you don't really understand all this stuff, huh? You got a wife and 3 little girls and all that. And Franz says, well, I just can't quite, you want me to drive an ambulance, but that's still cooperating. And his local bishop says, Franz, you know, you're not totally educated like I am in all this business. But Franz says, well, I just think I can't be part of all this business, huh? You who are Catholic, and even if you're not Catholic, the Vatican Council says that nuclear weapons are a crime against humanity and are to be condemned unreservedly. a crime against humanity, and to be condemned unreservedly. And there was working for justice is a constitutive element of the gospel. Non-violent public resistance to evil, in my judgment, is a constitutive element of the gospel. It can be legal or illegal. So we do what needs to be done and then celebrate. One of the best times I had, Sam Day, Joe Gump, Jerry Ebner, who was the fourth one? There were five of them. Oh, Jerry Zawada. We had a heck of a time in Sandstone, the five of us. Joe was there, Jerry's there, Jerry Ebner's not here, Sam Day is dead. Every Sunday we played putt-putt ball, golf, and had a party and all kinds of stuff. And again, it's serious business. There's no question about it, huh? That could be the end of this planet. But by gollies, we do what needs to be done. I mean, you mothers all know when you change diapers, that's not joyful stuff, but you do it because it should be done. And then you hug and kiss the child, celebrate, huh? And that's what we have to do with this business. It is serious business, but we should do. I have a little quote that we are not mere echoes of the Almighty. We are intelligent, serious, and significant actors and have a part in heavenly decisions. Rosa Parks, a perfect example. God bless you all.
Amen. Yeah, Carl. Woo!
Well, as I think has been mentioned, we didn't quite think about starting a movement. In fact, I was a new kid on the block. I'd been in jail, I think, one night exactly in my life. And my discernment, you put all these pros and cons down. And in the end, I tore up all those pieces of paper and said, this is an act of faith. But what was in my mind as a motive was, okay, you see a dangerous weapon, it's in somebody's hands, you're supposed to knock it out and maybe destroy it. And that was my thinking at that moment. And I'm a slow learner. And I think the past 30 years, I think I'm still alive because I am a slow learner. And I think it was the going deeper into what this really meant with each action that, as Liz mentioned, we are the ones to be transformed. And that's the meaning of the symbolism, that we can't destroy all these weapons. They'll just make them over again. But something must happen within our hearts. And I'd like to give thanks to those, especially not with us, who helped that learning process. And I have one word for each. For Elmer, the word is compassion. The passion of focus. This is the one thing he devoted his life to. Plowshares as the opposition to all the evil of the empire, and his brilliant mind could gather all that in to the curriculum that never quite got finished. And the compassion was the other side of it. His interest in people and support of every action. We spent our lives on the New Jersey Turnpike going back and forth, but Elmer was always there. He was always the first person in New York waiting for people to get out of jail. Rain, shine, snow, he would be there.